Love this. Okay, I better check my hair, huh? Oh, nope. Okay, Brad's saying, take it away.
Okay, so I came into this with a bit of an expectation because through other type of healing that I've done, I've seen myself in about 8 generations ago, about 200 years, I think. I've seen myself in a different place. And I thought, perhaps that's where I would go tonight and maybe just learn more about an ancestor that has come, made his presence known to me in other exercises. So I thought perhaps I would experience that tonight. And completely the opposite with the first exercise. I was a 7-year-old girl. I wasn't quite able to pronounce my name, but it started with an M, and I lived in Jerusalem. And once we went through the exercise and I woke and came back, I was really excited and wanted to share with someone because I've always said that I feel this attachment to the Jewish culture. There's so many things that since childhood I hear people tell stories. I've seen movies. I've meet other Jewish people, and I feel like there's an attraction there. Like I've been Jewish, and I still haven't done my DNA test, and I think I might be, but I don't know. So to have that affirmation today, to see that maybe the attraction or the familiarity that I have right now in this life might come from a past life was really exciting for me.
Yeah.
It was also really exciting to see that, to learn that I was a little girl that was very happy. I was an only child. I had friends. I, got to walk with little goats that I took care of. I had a purpose as a child. And when I had to look at how I died, one of the things you had mentioned was perhaps you'll understand some of your phobias. And one of my current phobias that I have, and I don't normally talk about my phobias because I have so many that they just don't. So at some point people might think, oh, she's crazy. Why does she have so many phobias? But one of my phobias is the fear of, claustrophobic, just being
really?
stuck in something. Like I'm afraid to wear boots sometimes because I hate that feeling of being stuck. And in this regression, what I found out was I died as a 7-year-old girl because I had eaten berries that were poisonous. And so I died, and my parents buried me in what seemed to be like a hole in a cave, but there's several holes in this cave. And then they cover that hole up, not all the way, but there's some sort of covering that's solid. And at some point when I'm in the cave, I actually woke up because I wasn't fully dead. And I am there's enough room in this little cave, but it's a little hole where I can still stand up. And I'm crying and asking for my parents, and I actually die in isolation and in darkness. And I'm sad. I'm just really sad, and I pass without being able to tell anyone I could have been saved. So to bring it back to this lifetime, it makes me think that perhaps that's where some of that phobia comes from.
Oh, I think most definitely. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing. I have 2 questions for you. The first is this type of grave burial. Have you ever seen anything like this in pictures or movies or anything?
I don't know. I mean, I never want to say it was just in my imagination or just something I experienced, because there's so many things we learn in life and we see, and something that we saw for half of a second could create an impression in our life. So I don't know.
Okay.
But what was interesting to me was that it was just the shape of it. It's like this little circular archway, but that there was enough room for me to stand. So I suspect maybe it's because there was some sort of ritual that would happen after a person has died, where other individuals maybe come into this little area.
That's
So
really neat. And what was the door you said?
It was like a little.
What was
yeah,
it made?
like
What was the material?
it was solid,
Like
and
a wood?
I'm not sure,
Okay.
but what I just remember it being heavy because I was trying
Oh,
to,
okay.
yell and see if I could push something
Mm-hmm.
over, and I wasn't able to do that. But I was also the other thing that I really, makes me happy to know was that I was a very young child, but I was so happy. Because when I met myself, I was just like, I had the biggest grin, and it made me happy to know that because there's nothing better than being a happy individual.
Yeah, and isn't that
So,
crazy how you can like experience or connect with those emotions again?
yes.
Yeah.
So it was beautiful. Thank
Good,
you.
good. I have one more question.
Yes.
And that's that I know you said you had many phobias, so it was probably hard to rank them, like I suggested in the very beginning. Did you by chance rank that phobia?
I didn't rank that one, but the phobia that I did rank, and I actually shared with a friend that's in the audience as well, was I said, I think the number one phobia would be losing control because I am wound a bit tight and I do like to have control. And just going through this exercise with you tonight was releasing. So,
That is so great. I love
Yes.
hearing that. Good, good.
so thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming up here and sharing. And I really want to just thank everybody for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you at home. And thanks for experiencing this. I hope you've had a great time. Well, thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time on Santa Barbara Hypnotized.